So the quadratic equation, which I think a lot of people have just memorized because they know it's an easy way to find the roots of a quadratic function, um, it's actually just taking standard form and completing the square on it in a general way. So what we just done in the last video is shown how you can complete the square on standard form using numbers, but now we're just going to use the general form. So we will say deriving the okay, so what we have is the function of x is going to be the standard form of a quadratic. So now we want to complete the square. So easy. We'll group the first two. I'm going to factor out an a. So we have b over a now. Okay, this is all pretty straightforward. And now I'm going to take half of this number and square it. So b over 2a, and I'm going to square it. But because I added it, I have to subtract it. Let's make that a big bracket because we're getting big. And then I have plus c. I'm going to take this term outside. And when I do, I multiply it by an a. And that is, now I'm going to multiply this all out, so then it'll be negative b squared over 4a squared, but I multiplied by an a, so I just get 1a. Okay. Now I can actually factor this quickly, so I have the x, I take that symbol, and I take that number. It is a number, though it is just a set of letters, but it just represents numbers. And now I have this, minus b squared over 4a plus c. What you can see here is actually the x value of the vertex, which we showed at the beginning when we were, what were we doing there? I think we were converting vertex form to standard form. That's what we're doing. We're showing from standard form that if you just memorize that x equals negative b over 2a, that will give you the x component of your vertex, and there is our a and our b. And you can see it right here. We're in vertex form. We have a times x minus p and minus p, so there's our minus, and then q is this big jumble, which is also why we didn't do it then. But the quadratic equation is you want to solve for when x is 0 or when y is 0. You want to find the roots. So we just say let this equal 0 now. So I'm going to move all this to the other side and then divide by a. I've gone at an angle there. So now I move this over. And I'm going to want to find a common denominator here. So in this case, it's 4a squared, so I have to multiply this by 4a. I'm going to take the root of both sides. And then what I have here is x plus b over 2a equals the positive minus root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. I know what the root of 4a squared is. It's 4 or 2a. So I have x plus e over 2a was plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now I move this term over. Because these have the same denominator, we group them, and now we have found the quadratic formula by completing the square on a standard form quadratic.